Hi, Sean Fishlock here from DataLink, here to show you a couple of things that might help with the Murrindindi Services website in terms of managing the feature images that appear on this homepage and also the file downloads that are associated with those that featured content. What I'm going to do first is show you how to save a image as a PDF. Now this pool party image, for example, has been uploaded as a feature image. You might want to allow people to download that as some sort of e-brochure. To do that, I've used a program called EarthMView, which I quite like because it's not as complicated as Photoshop. It's free. You can download it from www.irfanview.com. And it usually, when you install it and download it, it usually gets bundled with a plugin which allows you to save as PDF. So I'm just going to open the file with EarthMView. So I just open it here, and I'll just resize it so it fits on the screen so that we can see everything. This is the file, the image file that's been uploaded. What Freestyler does on the website is it automatically resizes your file, and in doing so it actually crops it. You can see the top and the bottom of the file are missing, and also it overlays the feature text over the top. So when you're actually uploading the image, it's best to upload it at a preset size that's going to be optimized for the feature image. So I'll show you how to do that in a moment, but the first step is just to save this as a PDF. So I just click on File, click on Save As. Now in this list that comes up, I just select PDF, Portable Document Format, and I'll just give it a file name of Pool Party and save that to my desktop. It's got a few extra options in here that help you with layout and that sort of thing. It's also got some security options. So I'm just going to click Save, and I'm just going to click OK when it asks me to create a secure password and just generate a random one. So that has now created a PDF. We can actually see that on the desktop. If I open that to see what it looks like, here it is here. So that's a PDF, and we'll upload that into Freestyler in a minute. Okay, so that's the first part done. Now the second part is we're going to actually optimize this image, and because you'll actually see that the image itself is the wrong aspect ratio for our little box here. What we need to do is to make it more horizontally oriented. So I'm going to use an image editor. I don't use Photoshop. I use a program called Paint.net, which is free and it works under Windows. It can be downloaded at www.getpaint.net. That's www.getpaint.net. Of course, you can use pretty much any image editor. I just prefer to use this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go into my Paint.net, and it opens up like this. Now the first thing I'm going to do is create a canvas that's compatible with the dimensions of our feature image. So the dimensions of the feature image are 460 pixels by 345 high, and as I mentioned, Freestyler crops it, so you want to optimize it first. To do that, and remembering that there's that 30 pixels or so that we've got to allow for the bottom half of the image that might get cut off when the text is overwritten on it. So to change the canvas size, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go to the image menu and just click canvas size, and now I'm going to give it those dimensions I mentioned, so 460 by 345 high, and just click OK, and that's resized this now. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to copy elements of our full image banner and place them in here. What I'm going to do next is just open our image file in FMView. I'll just resize it down. Now I'm just going to grab the most important elements, which is the title here, the dates, and the call to action. We don't really need the logos and, and other information as yet. That can come later. So I'm just going to add that detail. I'm just going to select it, go edit, copy, and then open up our paint.net and edit, paste it into a new layer. By pasting it into a new layer, well, what we're doing is by creating layers, we're making it more flexible so that you can rearrange things later if you need to, and basically yeah, I'll repeat this process for other elements that I want to add to the page. So at the moment I'm going to keep the canvas size, and what I'll need to do is basically resize this to make it smaller. So I'll grab these outer edges and I'll just hold shift to maintain the aspect ratio, because it's quite a big image and we want it to fit within this area here. So I'm just resizing it down. You'll actually see that I might be able to just get this all in as one image, like so. And that looks okay for what we're doing. So obviously you can add more layers if you want. We might decide that we want to include the Murrindindi Shire Council logo, so I can just select that and repeat the process. Copy, go to our paint.net, edit, paste into new layer. That means that I can move it around. And then again I hold shift while I'm dragging it, the corner, to maintain aspect ratio. And I'm just going to put that here. And I'll do the same with the freezer logo, just to fit them all on the page. Edit, copy. You can also use the Control-C shortcut key. And edit, paste into new layer. And again, shift and just grab that and plonk that on that side there. Looks alright. I might resize it down a little bit. Okay, so that looks okay. Now what I'm going to do now is just save that as an image so I can upload it into the content management system. So I'm just going to go File, Save As. Now one thing that you will want to do is you want to save your working canvas file. This allows you to edit it later if you want to move things around or whatever. It's a good idea to keep that on file. So I'm just going to save a copy on my hard drive. I'll call it Pool Party Template, and just save that. As it's going to save it as a paint.net document, but if you're using Photoshop, it'll save it as a PSD or Photoshop file. Now I'm going to actually save it as a JPEG. This is going to compress it a little, so it'll give us some options to reduce the file size to make it load faster on the screen, and that will mean that it'll load faster as a feature item when we display it on the website. So I'm just going to select JPEG from this list, and I'll just call it Pool Party. In fact, I'll type image there so that we differentiate it from the PDF that we saved it as earlier. And I'll just click Save. Now this gives you some options for the quality. Anything over about 75% is not going to look too grainy or pixelated. you don't want to go overboard with the compression. The default here is 95%. I might just reduce that a little. I feel comfortable with about 75% quality, and just click OK. Because it's in the right dimensions, it will save it optimized. Note that the bottom's probably going to be cut off, so I'm probably not going to put a caption on this image when I upload it. Either that, or I could actually create a little bit of a buffer zone at the bottom of the image. Now it's asking me if I want to flatten it. That's fine. I'll just flatten that when I'm saving it, and close this. Now we'll have a look at the two images side by side. This is our pool party image in an image viewer, and this is the original full-size vertically oriented image. You can see a little bit of compression around some of these things, but that's not too bad. Okay, the next step is we're now going to upload